Imagine this. You go to bed, glance out the window, and notice something's wrong. The moon, our constant nighttime companion, is gone. No crescent, no glowing orb, no cheesy man-in-the-moon face, just empty darkness. The first thing you'd notice is the sky. Without the moon's soft glow, nights would be far darker. In cities, you might not care. Streetlights still work. But in rural areas, the difference would be stunning. Stargazers would cheer because the absence of moonlight would make the Milky Way and distant galaxies pop out like never before. That's the good news. Now for the bad news. The moon's disappearance wouldn't just ruin poetry and romantic walks on the beach. It would immediately wreak havoc on Earth's tides. The moon's gravity pulls on Earth's oceans, creating the familiar high and low tides we've known forever. Without it, the sun would still create tides, but they'd be much weaker. Only about 1/3 of what we have now. Coastal ecosystems that depend on strong tidal rhythms would collapse. Millions of marine species would lose their feeding and breeding patterns, triggering a chain reaction in the food web. Human culture along coastlines would change dramatically too. Many fishing communities time their work to tides. Without the moon, they'd have to adapt to weaker, irregular water movement. Surfing? Say goodbye to those big, predictable waves. But the biggest, scariest problem wouldn't be in the water. It would be in the sky. The moon acts as a stabilizing weight for Earth's tilt. Right now, our planet's axis leans at about 23.5 degrees, giving us our familiar seasons. Without the moon's gravitational anchor, Earth's tilt could wobble wildly over thousands, or even just hundreds, of years. Sometimes the tilt might be small, giving us mild seasons. Other times it could tilt much more, turning one hemisphere into an endless summer and the other into a brutal years-long winter. This wobble wouldn't happen instantly, so you wouldn't wake up to snow in July. But over time, climate patterns would swing more unpredictably. Crops might fail in some regions, deserts could spread, and ice sheets might expand elsewhere. Human migration patterns could shift dramatically, sparking political and economic turmoil. And then, there's the impact on life itself. Many animals use the moon for navigation. Sea turtles time their nesting with lunar cycles. Birds migrate under moonlight. And certain predators hunt more effectively when the moon is bright. Remove the moon, and these behaviors break down. Some species would adapt, others wouldn't. The result? Another ripple through the ecosystem. Oh, and let's not forget the night sky itself. Without the moon, nights would be full of stars, but also meteors. The moon currently acts like a giant shield, taking the hit from asteroids and space debris that might otherwise slam into Earth. Without it, we'd see more frequent meteor impacts. Most would burn up in the atmosphere, but every so often, boom. From a human perspective, the moon's disappearance would also affect our calendars, folklore, art, and even our biology. Some studies suggest that human sleep patterns are influenced by the moon's cycle. Without it, our nights might feel subtly different. Maybe harder to sleep, maybe easier, but definitely stranger. So, how could the moon disappear in the first place? That's the million-dollar question. If it were just gone, magically teleported away, we'd have all the problems above. But if it shattered, that's a whole other nightmare. The debris could form a ring around Earth, like Saturn's, creating a spectacular sight and a constant rain of meteors for decades. In short, the moon isn't just a pretty light in the sky. It's an essential part of Earth's stability, climate, tides, and life itself. Without it, we'd adapt eventually. Humans are good at that. But the planet would feel less like the one we know, and more like a stranger we're trying to get used to. So tonight, when you see the moon, maybe give it a little nod. It's doing a lot more for you than just looking pretty.